33 degrees. Feels like 38 degrees. Yeah, it does. It does. It feels like 38. Good morning to you, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a podcast video after a very, very, very long time. It's been a week since an actual upload, and a very, very long time since and a couple of months since I put out a pod. Really? This is what happens when you live in a house with 4 other people. But welcome back. It's been a while, a few months since my last podcast upload, but I am back with some new content because we are right now going through an international break, which is for me one of the most boring times. I've seen some of the games, not too exciting, not something I'm looking forward to. They're only in the group stage, so it's been quite boring overall. I think for most Premier League fans, I think this is quite boring because you're so used to the high intensity, very, very high caliber, high stakes games that we experience on a weekly basis. That this is kind of this is low level stuff, la shit, bro. but this gives us some time to look into different aspects of not only the Premier League but also international football. But in this episode, we'll be tackling specifically the team of the season in the Premier League for this season, obviously. But this is going to be a very, very interesting one to get into because of the range of options we got this season. This is not just any odd season. This is a very special season with the coronavirus and with everything that has happened with VAR and loads of other factors as well. The fact that there's so many high caliber managers right now managing in the Premier League. No other league kind of compares to the Premier League right now. It's probably one of the best leagues in the world today, and the teams in the Premier League right now are dominating world football. So clearly a lot of talent has moved from other countries towards England, and thus making this job of choosing the team of the season for the season of 2021 just like 100 times tougher. But without wasting any time, let's get into it. Let me just pull up my notes. Yes, I make notes. I forget shit constantly. Okay. Also, just a disclaimer before I get into the team of the season. This is my personal team of the season, okay? This is not based on... Okay, it's kind of based on stats, but not entirely based on stats. More on... It's obviously my personal bias comes into things, but I've tried to keep it at a minimum. You already know that I'm a Chelsea fan, so I've got to include a few Chelsea boys in the team. Not based on bias though, purely on merit, purely on merit. But let's start with the goalkeeper. There are 3 options that come to mind when I think of the goalkeeper this season, top goalkeepers this season: Edison, Edu Mendy, and Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez has been at the top since last season. He played with Arsenal. He took them to the FA Cup finals. He won them the FA Cup finals, and then he left for Aston Villa. I personally thought that's going to be a kind of a bad situation for him because he's going to have to adopt a new club. He's going to have to gel well with his new teammates, get comfortable behind a back two he's never played behind, and so I thought this was going to be a very, very weird season for him. But he stepped up. He stepped the hell up, and I think 10 clean sheets this season. Just incredible saves overall. So he's definitely contending for this spot. The second one is obviously the Chelsea man, the Chelsea new boy, Edu Mendy. Edu Mendy was pretty much going to be my team of the season goalkeeper, but there are a couple of things stopping me. The errors that he made, although they are minimal, but this is the fine margins that make you that bring you into the team of the season or keep you out. These are the tiny things that you do that actually matter a whole lot more than you think. So the error against Everton, where we lost 1-0 at Goodison Park, we were under Frank Lampard then. I think 60th minute, there's a long ball from the defense. I think Michael Keane puts in a long ball to the right corner of the goalkeeper's box, of Chelsea's goalkeeper's box, and Edu comes out to claim the ball, clashes into Calvert-Lewin, who's also competing for the ball. Calvert falls to the ground and we concede a penalty, and Sigurdsson steps up, scores that penalty, and they win the game. They take the 3 points. That wasn't just 3 points though. That was not 3 points. That was the end of our 17-game unbeaten run, and that was the beginning of the end of Frank Lampard's tenure as Chelsea manager. Everything went south after that game, and so I'm gonna sit here and blame Edu Mendy for Frank Lampard being sacked, because obviously there were many factors involved, but that was one thing that I think all the Chelsea players and the defense started to believe in the confidence and the competence that Edouard Mendy brought to that back four, and that kind of disappeared when he made that mistake. And I think that affected not only the defense, it affected the midfield in order to compensate for the defense, who compensated for the goalkeeper, and then it's just a trickle down effect to the rest of the team. So that's why Mendy doesn't get in for me, although he's in line for a Golden Glove for the Champions League. I think 6 clean sheets in the whole competition, which is absolutely insane. But now let's move on to Edison, most clean sheets in the Premier League, top of the table with Manchester City, dominantly winning games. He's kind of a ball playing goalkeeper as well, very comfortable on the ball, extremely talented, super skillful, good vision. He's got good throws on him, very accurate long balls. I think he's also got an assist to his name, which is absolutely crazy for a goalkeeper. So in conclusion, I'm gonna go with Edison. I actually had written Emi Martinez, but Edison gets it for me. Edison, man. He's got an assist to his name. And he's third in line for penalties for Manchester City, so he could be getting a goal before the end of the season. Who knows? But yeah, goalkeeper, it's gotta be Edison. Man. Let's move on to the defense, and the defense has a lot of really good prospects. The defense was one of the tougher areas for me, honestly, because there's so many good players we have in the Premier League. The Premier League is always known for its attacking, free-flowing football, but there weren't many stronghold defensive pairings that come to mind as of recently. Now, I'm not talking about the past. Obviously, there are many pairings, but recently, there's one out of the two are like really good, like Van Dijk. Joe Gomez not so good. But now with this new Manchester City team, with Ruben Diaz and John Stones, they're looking like a different team. They have so much confidence in going up and moving forward in the pitch that they're not worried about the defense, and that's because Ruben Diaz and John Stones have sorted things out at the back. They're able to deal with every single situation. The only time they actually couldn't deal with anything was the game against Manchester United, which was, if anyone wants to beat City, that's the blueprint. Honestly, I think I'm talking to you, Thomas Tuchel. That's the blueprint. Go watch the videos now. Get your notes ready, because we're facing them in the semi-finals. So anyway, We could be facing them in the Champions League if we go past Porto as well. Who knows? In the finals, maybe. But anyway, no. This position, the defensive position, was the tougher one because there are so many really good prospects, so many good players who have done well this season defensively. A few come to mind. Fofana from Leicester, absolute beast. I remember the one game. I don't know who he's playing, but he ran right up like from defense. He ran to, I think right up to the opponent's box, penalty box, which is absolutely crazy. For a centre back doing that shit, crazy shit. But another one is Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma has been developing under Frank Lampard. He was a starter under Frank Lampard, and obviously not getting enough game time nowadays. But his skill and quality and technical abilities are undeniable, especially in a back four. He's absolutely brilliant. So another one, Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva single-handedly has come in and revolutionized has improved Chelsea's defense, and not just the defense, it's the entire Chelsea atmosphere. You see him supporting the team from the stands, shouting out directions and commands and instructions, and then celebrating the way he did with Mason Mount and Jorginho and Emerson scored that winner against Atletico Madrid. Absolutely beautiful scenes to watch, but it just shows his character, his leadership qualities he's bringing to each side, and that's just class, isn't it? So he, for me, very, very minutely misses out on the team of the season because of that one error during the West Brom game where he failed to make contact with the ball and the ball goes past him. One of the attackers grabs the ball and scores a goal, and we are 3-0 down in the first half. Luckily, thanks to the academy boys, we managed to make it back 3-3 and gain a point there. I don't know how we did that, but that was Charity FC at it again. But Thiago Silva misses out. The back two that I've finally gone with, it's the Manchester City duo. It's Ruben Diaz and John Stones. I think this partnership right now is undefeated. I think when both of them play, Manchester City look like a different beast. They look like they could go on to win Champions League football right now with the way they're playing. And the only changes that have been added to the side is the reincorporation of John Stones and the bringing in of Ruben Diaz. So there's no doubt in my mind that these two have a huge part to play in the success that Manchester City are going through and are facing this season, not only in the Premier League, and it's safe to say that they've run away with the title this season, but the Champions League, they're looking like real favourites this season to win the Champions League and even do a quadruple. Who knows? They're still in the FA Cup, they're still in the Carabao Cup final against Tottenham, very, very winnable. FA Cup tie against Chelsea, winnable. Unfortunately for Chelsea fans, I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan, so this kind of stings, but Manchester City are favourites to win this cup. They're favourites to win the quadruple this season, so can't be sleeping on this duo in defence. Anyway, let's move on to the fullbacks. The fullbacks I've gone with right back. It's got to be no, it's not Arnold. It's my main man, Reece James. Reece James 100% gets into this team. 100%. I put him over Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I put him over Arnold right now. Right now he's number one for England. Maybe not number one, maybe number two. But he's definitely ahead of Arnold and Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the pecking order. Maybe Walker and Trippier are a bit ahead of Reece James in terms of experience, but Reece James for 21 years old, 20 years old, absolute beast, physically dominant. He's got a shot on him, he's got a brilliant cross on him. So just overall, he can play two different positions. He can play wing back, he can play a natural right back, a defensive full back, CDM. Very, very versatile player. He 100% gets into the team. He's had a wonderful, wonderful season under Frank Lampard. Took some time to adapt to Tuchel's philosophy. Callum Hudson-Odoi was usually taking up that spot, but now he's cemented his spot with Callum Hudson-Odoi mentioning that he prefers to be play as a number 10. So, Reece James gets in 100%. Left back, this is no competition. This is no competition for this spot. Honestly, no competition, because this player is one of the most improved players this season, and even if you don't like the club, if you don't support the club, you don't particularly like the player, maybe, I don't know, it's kind of hard to not like this guy because of his story. A career-ending injury, being dropped by the England squad, being shunned by the manager, and then coming back, re-emerging as one of the best left-backs in the Premier League this season, possibly in the world right now. I'm talking about Manchester United's Luke Shaw. I hate Manchester United. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I hate Manchester United, and this was a tough pill to swallow, honestly. This is a very tough pill to swallow, because it's obvious. It's so obvious right now that he's one of the best left backs in the world, and one of the best and the best left back in the Premier League right now. Not just in terms of his defensive abilities and his grit and his desire to help his team defensively get back, run back, to help in the transitions. This man provides so much going forward, so much. His assists, he scored, and he's a big game player as well. He's a big game player. He scored against Manchester City in that game. I think they won 2-0 or something. He scored the second goal. He's been initially at the start of the season, he had one of the lowest chances created per game. But now, I think he's got the highest. I think he's got the highest tally of chances created in the whole league, I think, for a left back. This is crazy, absolutely crazy. One of the most improved players this season for sure. He's got himself back in the England squad. Love to see it. Can't wait to see him perform. Let's move on to the midfield. Now in midfield, I've gone with 2 number 10s and 1 number 8. So the number 8 for me is going to be Ilkay Gundogan, or however you say his first. Ilkay Gundogan, whatever. Fuck it. He gets into the team. He's had one of the best seasons of his life. He is under the absence of club captain Kevin De Bruyne. Everyone thought Manchester City is going to slip up, who's going to create their chances, no one was really worried about who's going to score their chances, because they had some incredible attackers in their team, honestly. But Gundogan took it upon himself to do both. He's assisting, he's scoring, he's creating chances, he's dribbling, he's all over the pitch, providing stability defensively. And overall, what a player he's become this season. He gets into the team for sure. Let's move on to the number 10s. The 2 number 10s I've gone with. The first one has to be my Chelsea man. Mason Mount. What a I'm just so happy with Mason's performances this season. Honestly, his entire mindset, his entire perspective on things has matured this season. It's matured, and he looks like a different baller, man. He looks like a different baller right now compared to last season. I mean, last season he still had quality, and he was being played every single game. 42 games that season he played. 42 games. Incredible. So to see him rise to the occasion, new transfers into the club, high caliber transfers, record breaking signings. Nothing to fear. He's gonna raise his game. He said that to his pop, and his dad came out, and Miss Tony Mount came out in an interview and said that he told his son, aren't you kind of worried about these new transfers? Are they gonna take your place? And he said no, I'll raise my game. And he did. It's one thing to talk the talk, it's another thing to walk the walk, and Mason Mount is walking the walk, and he's walking it like it's a piece of cake. Honestly, he's scored in his last 3 games for England. He's been assisting and scoring for Chelsea consistently. I think his last game in an England shirt, he had 6 chances created, 6 big chances created, and the most chances that they created in a World Cup qualifier in a group stage was 8, and that was done by none other than one of the best passers in the world, Xavi. And to see Mason Mount up there pushing his boundaries to reach those records is nothing short from absolute class and quality on Mason's part, and that's only a result of hard work. And his hard work this season is undeniable. Anyone with any footballing sense knows that Mason Mount deserves to be in this team of the season, and that's why he is in my team of the season this time around. One of my 10s. I didn't really care about having defensive stability. Put Mason Mount on the field and he'll do everything. He'll do the defensive work. He'll do the dirty work. He'll do the tackling. He'll even go up and create big chances for you. That's just how he works. Now next to him, it's gotta be Bruno Fernandes. Life has very few guarantees. Suffering, death, and a Bruno Fernandes goal or assist. Honestly, this man has been one of the most talked about football players in the world since moving to Manchester United. The most talked about, easily. Whether you love or hate him, you can't deny he has immense quality. He has got a long range shot on him. He's got a free kick on him. He's got great passing. He's got great vision. He's got pace, and he's got creativity. He's got leadership qualities, and he's got grit, and he's got fight in him. And the reason why Manchester United are where they are is because of Bruno Fernandes. It's not because of Luke Shaw. It's not because of David De Gea making great saves. It's not because of Cavani coming in, maybe a little bit, but the driving force behind this seemingly unstoppable United is Bruno Fernandes. Without him, the whole squad looks average, and to make a whole team look good takes more than world class quality, and that's what Chelsea had with Eden Hazard. And it sucks to see it, because I want to complain that I had a shit without Bruno, but Bruno was their player, man. What are they gonna do? Not play him? So definitely one of the most controversial players left after the amount of penalties and things like that. But I'm not going to mention that. I think he's proved on multiple occasions that he is well and truly capable of scoring open play goals, and not just any open play goals, but classy and very, very world class level open play goals. The one against Everton from outside the box, the one against Newcastle where he curled it from an very, very acute angle. Just Bruno Fernandes, undeniable and undefeated right now in this position. Definitely gets into the team of the season this year. Let's move on to my attackers. What's going on? Let's move on to my attackers. Actually, my attackers were my easiest picks. There were actual points where I had to look at stats and make my analysis, make my decision based on stats. For most of the players that are in the squad, but for the front three, I did not need to look twice. I did not need to look, because these 3 players that I've picked right now are 3 standout players who I'm sure everyone with an FPL team has. These 3 players. these three have been tearing up the Premier League this season, tearing each and every team that they play against, and it's just a very, very deadly front three. On the right wing, I have gone with, it's not really a right winger, but he has to get into my team. It's got to be Jack freaking Grealish, man. What a player! Honestly, I did not really. We all knew he had talent, okay? We all knew he had talent, and we all saw it, glimpses of it last season, and I think what's really helped him develop his talent is the quality that Aston Villa have brought in to support him. They have brought in the right quality, the right type of players to play around him, and in the form of Ross Barkley, in the form of El Ghazi, in the form of Ollie Watkins. So I think that Jack Grealish right now has found his natural way to play, and it's not just his natural way to play, it's also the connectivity with all these new talents that are bringing out the best in him. And he's not just a dribbler or a creative player, he's a personality in this team. He's the captain of the squad. So I think it's nothing short of world class talent, because he's easily one of the driving forces in the chance creation section of Aston Villa's game. I think he's got the highest chances created in that team. He's the top scorer in that team for sure, and what a quality player! He's got his English call up this season as well, and I feel like he's the guy to take England to the World Cup. He's the guy to do it. On the left wing, I've gone with Son. I've got Heung-min Son gets in there because he's been undoubtedly one of the best wingers the Premier League has seen this season. One of the best, if not the best, not just numbers, but in terms of types of goals he scores. Some outrageous goals, the number of goals, and what a partnership he's building in that Tottenham team as well. Just what a wonderful player, super humble guy. Love it, absolutely love it. And up front, his partner in crime, it was always gonna be Harry Kane. There was no fight for this position. There was no option 2 for this position, and rightly so. Harry Kane and Son have been an incredible duo for Tottenham. I think the only reason why Tottenham are where they are is because of Harry Kane and Son. And I don't think Harry Kane is going to leave this after the season, but it's seemingly it's a likely option, given the price tag that has been put on him already. I think it's 120 million price tag. Big money, but well worth the money in my opinion. Incredible player, absolutely. Overall, in creating chances and supplying assists and just being a shark when it comes to sniffing out goals. It's no one better in the Premier League right now. But yeah, that's my team. I know, looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. But yeah, that's my team. Just give me a second to admire this. Crazy. Oh boy, what a season. Still the crunch time of this crunch part of the season is still left. The best part of the season is the end, and a lot more to look forward to. But I'm glad that I finally made this video. It's been a while, and I've been waiting to make this video for a very long time. For a few months now, I've been thinking about these things, and finally it's happened. And I'm glad. I'm always glad to make these videos for you guys. So If you did like this video, do not forget to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. A lot more regular content is going to be coming out soon. Hopefully, once this international break gets done with, we can go back to regular old Chelsea content, my favorite content. But till then, I've got a few more things upcoming for you guys. A few more things on the podcast itself. Gonna talk about the Euros a bit more. Gonna talk about that whole situation, especially with England. So do not sleep on this channel, guys. Do not sleep on this channel. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload from me. Let me know what your team of the season is down in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.